Hi guys, this is ArtsyWisdom. My name is Diane. Thank you for coming by. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to look into some missing children. Um, my sister had asked me last year when this girl, Janiyah McMichaels, she's from Gary, she's 13 or 14, went missing, and my sister wanted me to look into her. So I did that finally. I wasn't drawn to do it right away. I wasn't connecting. Anyway, she's from Gary, and Hammond is right next door. That's where I grew up, and a lot of my family is in that area, Northwest Indiana. Also, the Jack and Lily Sullivan. Is it Jake or Jack? Jack and Lily Sullivan. That those Nova Scotia kids. She is 6 and he was 4, and they disappeared in May of this year. I wanted to uh, look into that. Janiyah went missing last August, a year ago, August. um, Completely different energies. I looked into both. And there's also another young woman, Emma Baum from Gary. She disappeared last year as well. And she was 9 months pregnant. She was dropped off at the boyfriend's house. And yeah, she disappeared last October, almost a year ago, a little over a year ago. So I looked into her energies. They all have completely different, it seems like, paths. I meditated on Jack and Lily and also on Janiyah. Emma, I'm going to pull some cards because it's pretty um, cut and dried there. Anyway, not the happiest thing. And I thank you all for your lovely comments. As per always, you're wonderful. And I'm going to be looking into the orange buffoon soon. I'm really concerned, as we all are, about a lot of different things. But there's a lot of things that he's sticking his hand in: DOJ money, things that he's owed, the White House renovation. I'm going to look at those different paths like a hub of a wheel. And I wanted to see how those are going to go. Try to take my emotion out of it because it's really hard. All right, let's get started. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with Janiyah. She's from Gary. She was 13. Now she's 14. Apparently, she had a bunch of siblings, and the home was abusive. Her mom had a girlfriend, but they say that it was, I think, the girlfriend that was hurting her and the other siblings. But here's a picture of her. Here's a couple of pictures I'll show you real quick here. Sweet looking girl, really, really sweet, real, real cute. Um, anyway, I meditated on her, and I expected to get into the energy of somebody that passed. I didn't. Um, I also saw something. I just um, read something that they thought she might have been pregnant. She told her mom. She was 13. Um, anyway, I don't know if that's true or not, but she was either, she went to get to and got a guy, and he abused her. There was something where she met somebody else. I think she either ran away or was somewhere else away from home because of her home life was so chaotic. She was close with her grandmother, I think, but her life was so chaotic, and I think she ran away or just went there, and they um, didn't really keep track of her much because, and I think someone knows who she went to see. And so I'm in her energy, and I see myself looking at myself in a mirror. So I'm like, oh, you're not gone. If you're looking at yourself in a mirror, I mean, technically, she could be on the other side, transcending and looking at her karma or what she learned or didn't learn. But I don't feel like that is the case. I feel she is still around, believe it or not. I hope I'm right. Maybe I'm not, but I hope I'm right. I feel like she's still around, and I feel like whatever got her away from the situation. Oh, there's a $30,000 reward, which is interesting. If there's a reward, somebody would say something, I would think, because that's a lot of money for a lot of people. For me, it's for a lot of people. But I feel like when I'm seeing myself in the mirror and I'm looking, trying to look pretty, I feel like I look pretty. And it feels like I might be working on the street, if you know what I mean. I feel like that might be where she is. And I feel like I'm not in the area anymore, not like in Chicago or it feels west, like Vegas or LA or something like that. I don't know how she got there. She got money, they got money as a, giving her to them or something like that, if you know what I mean, selling her. That might be a possibility, but the thing I feel like more is that it was like steps. She went over here because she had a big fight with her mom, and she said, I'm gonna get away. Maybe it was the pregnancy thing, but I feel like then that led to somebody else, a guy. I think there's probably stuff involved. Or there might be drugs or something involved there. And then little by little, she worked her way out west, I think. It feels like, and she's not in a great place. She lives rough, is what I got. And she feels beautiful, and she's on the street Vegas. I said, and she also feels very proud of her strength, which is it's great. She's like, you know what it reminded me of when I worked at the homeless resource center in Phoenix for youth, and these are people under 25, 25, 26 your age up. So these are kids, and they're come from difficult homes, addiction. Sometimes the kids are, you know, they have different sexual orientations, so they're expendable. They, whatever, the family doesn't want them around. But a lot of them feel, I can't trust anybody. I need to do this all on my own. It's a really hard nut to crack with them, to let them convince them to accept help because they want to do everything on their own. That's the vibe I got from her. I feel like she's very proud of her strength. She doesn't trust anybody. She's very independent. It almost makes me, when I'm getting that image, like she's on the street, but I think maybe she's couch surfing or she's hopping around, or she might be on the street, but I feel like she was in a place. Um, and she respects herself enough. I got quote unquote enough. And it's like she did this with her hands. I'm done. I didn't want to take it anymore. Like, I'm over it. Like, I was done. And that's the feeling. She's like, she experienced enough. She's like, I'm done. And I took my life into my own hands. It's a feeling I got. I saw some checkerboard floor. It was like black and white. I don't know what that means. She has no reason to go back. No reason. The only reason, she's got a sibling, a baby sister, baby brother, something like that. She feels like she wants to go back and see them. She was connected with them somehow. Um, she's in a rough way. I felt like there's might be some dancing involved, stripping, but she doesn't feel like she's using it on the side of a building somewhere. It feels like she's taken her life in her own hands and she's living. I mean, yes, it's rough and she might be on the streets, but it feels like she was doing the thing that she knew was the right thing for her, even though she was pushed out, basically. I think the parents, the mother, well, not the parents, not the biological father, but the mother and the girlfriend, there was a lot of jealousy or weird envy, weird um, dynamics there. Some women can't handle other women getting the attention and feeling, even though it's her daughter. I feel like it was like that. The partner, it was a little bad. So I went into, I was trying to talk to her too. I asked her to accept help, as I was telling you about the homeless resource center. To accept help, it takes a lot of courage and to open yourself up to trust. And I wanted to, I told her, God is everywhere, and she knows Jesus. She has a connection with Jesus. That was very evident in my feeling from her. She knows Jesus, so she knows that connection. She has a relationship. So she did. I said, if you accept, believe in people, there are people that are godly or that are good and that can help you, and to live in that faith. And she, I think, I don't know, but I felt like she did get it. I felt like she got it. And I don't know if that'll push her to actually reach out. She feels like a good energy. I just a sweetheart. She changed her name, of course. And oh yeah, and they gave me away for money to a man, she says. Um, but that, I think that was later, and she says I ran. Sad story, but I think she's still around. I think she's making a life for herself away from the chaos and everything. And I've seen her kind of with her grandmother, and they look happy together. and her grandmother talks a lot on the new, videos, and she's saying we miss her and we don't know what's happened. And the police have said they pretty much assume there's foul play. Yeah, but it's funny. I don't know. I don't feel like she's gone. Now, it's possible. Some people are literally gone, but they haven't left the earth because they haven't been found. I guess that's a possibility, but I feel like she's still around. I hope she is. Anyway, so there's Janiyah McMichaels. I said there's a reward, and here's another picture of her. Okay. All right, Jack and Lilly Sullivan from Nova Scotia. Like I said, I had done a video before looking into their disappearance, and it was like a month or two later, and I felt like they were under something, like the trailer or something. Somebody had quickly moved them one place, and then they moved them again. I don't feel like they're together. I think they're gone. They've moved on, and they're in the heavenly realms in comfortable, loving space. Um, but I think the boyfriend or stepfather and the mom all took lie detector tests, and the father did, and everybody's passed them. I think I got some images. I'll share with you what I got. There's a guy. He has there's a character in one of my cards that it reminds me of. I don't have those cards here, but it's like a scraggly guy. He has brown hair, long, dirty, not to shoulder, but just bushy, and and then a beard. He's missing a tooth, I think. He looks pretty like a typical person you'd think about that might do that. I think he works. He's got a job. He acts like he's quote unquote normal, but he's weird, and he is people know he's weird. People know he's different, but they don't think he's dangerous. They just think he's weird. I think it's him. Uh, I don't know. There was, I guess, a little party or something that night, and I tried to get into how and when this happened. I see her, Jack is there, and he sees what's happening to her, and I don't feel like it's um abuse or assault right then and there, but it's something um like strangulation or something like that. And he's scared, and he's huddling the boy. Um, but she has been made mute. She doesn't. And then he takes care of this other one, Jack. And it feels like then the big thing is I see there's something with a pink. I got a really clear flash. It doesn't make, I don't know why this would, a pink pearl bracelet. I don't know if it's on her or another woman. There's like two bracelets, a little silver one and a pink pearl, not white pearl, but pink pearl. And it was very clear. I don't know what that means. And oh, maybe it's a restaurant or something. Anyway, I saw that. And then I see she's being dragged into this wooded area, and it's off of a main road, and she's gone already. And there's he's pulling her into this wooded area, and I can hear the crunching of the leaves and the dirt. It's shallow, but there's definitely, she goes in there. He puts her in there. I'm seeing myself on this path, and there's a shallow, and he puts her in there. Now the boy gets in a trash bag. It's gross. And he is separate. I think he's takes him to the dump or something. I think. I saw this. It was actually a fake video where they said they had found them in along a riverbank. A hiker had found them in pieces, kind of. But I thought, oh my God, they found them, but it wasn't them. It was fake. So you have to be careful what you see. You never know. So I looked into it. It's like it wasn't real. I feel like this guy is just weird that did this. and he went back to his life thinking it would be okay. So I do feel like the kids are separate. Let me see what else I said. Yeah, dead already. Guy has a job. It's weird. People know. And oh yeah, he's done smaller crimes before this, not probably taking somebody out. Definitely abuse. Definitely something is like not right, obviously. Something's not right with him. But he's no, oh, I know, I forgot to say this. So that area where he's dragging her to, there's like an industrial or it's not far. It seems like this place is a little bit on a rise or a little bit on a hill. And if I look down, there's like fencing and then there's like an industrial trucking company or something. And I don't know how far it is, but I feel like it's right there. Not far. Maybe that's where he works. But this is, I don't know, in relationship to their home. I don't know if it's really close to them. I feel like it's farther away from their home. It's distance. But this industrial trucking kind of place. And it's not far from there. I couldn't tell you. I feel like I can see it from there, but I don't know how far that would be. Or maybe it's just an image that I got. He's done smaller jobs or smaller crimes. Also, I think he might have done something when he was younger and he hasn't done something this bad in a long time. Yeah, buried under leaves, shallow. And then people I've said this in my last video about the stepfather. I don't trust him. He's just weird. And then I watched a video of him. I think what happened is he's at a low IQ or he's on the spectrum. There is something odd that gave me the impression that he was kind of lying or he had something to hide. I do think he might be in denial or he ignored signs or he might know something, but I don't know if he put the two and two together that this other guy is part of it. I don't know, either that or he compartmentalized it because his IQ is so low and he kind of detached, maybe he disassociated from his own being. But I saw him now as one of those, those blow up characters on the side of the road for car dealerships or some business where they wiggle and they're blowing in the air like that and the guys are all, he was like that. He was wiggly, um, wily, snaky, but it it didn't feel criminal or clever or smart. It felt like idiotic, kind of feeling like it didn't matter. This is who I am. I'm goofy and I'm trying to, the other thing too is that those kind of things really want to get your attention. Maybe that's something like he's trying to get attention from this somehow, some way. So there's that, because I feel like he has some needs that he didn't get met as a kid due to his, I think, lower IQ or on the autism spectrum, something like that. It doesn't feel like they're all together. I told you the boys somewhere else. And I did see this motion, like cutting, slicing. I hope it's not her. That could have been the initial thing, but I did see this movement, a slicing kind of crisscross. Nasty. And this, okay, so then when I'm acting, now she and Jack, I don't feel like they're, well, no, maybe they are on the other side. They are together. They are together. They're comfortable, at ease, at peace, which is lovely. Um, and I asked her what her lesson, why did she come down in this life? What was the lesson she was supposed to teach or learn? And she said, I came to teach mother and help her with her karma. There's something with her mother's karma. And she also attracted predators due to anger in her own past life. And I'm not blaming this 6-year-old child for anything. I'm just saying this is what I got from her. Something with the anger in a past life. She attracted people who wanted to take it out on her. I know that seems, and there was other layer of karma with her mother, other relationship with her spirit family. Her mother was part of that. Jake tried to hide and get small, or I keep saying Jake, it's Jack. Uh, saw things, garbage, bad. how is how was he transported? And I saw him all curled up in the dump. He still doesn't know why. He's having a harder time healing from this. He doesn't, he's still in the process. You know, when you go to the other side, sometimes you really are ready to learn. People embrace their, you know, the Council of Light, and they learn their lessons in this life, and they get not quite grade or report cards, but they learn what they did that was great, or they have um their beings or spiritual beings help them understand the lessons that they learned in this life and all that. He is not, he's a child here, but on the other side, you know, we're souls, we're beings, we're not children. But he hasn't sorted through why or what, because I'm asking, like when I asked her, she had a definite, she gave me some, I got some energies and I felt like what her lessons were. But with him, it's kind of a mystery in a way. And I think, you know, there's free will even as a child, a soul child. So the free will from this other man took his life, and it is affecting, I think, Jack's soul, and he's trying to actually process this information as he moves forward. He's really in a healing phase. He's doing a lot of healing about for his soul and what he did or what happened to him, and what the lessons are. And it's hard. It's just really hard. Um, he is comforted, you know, he is in the bosom of, you know, God, and in the light of love that is the universal spirit that we all return to. So that's beautiful. But in his energy, I still feel like he doesn't know what's happening or why, the why. And he's just processing. He'll get through it, and he'll eventually move forward. And actually, I think he's going to take time because he is so young to go pick any other life. I mean, he's going to be up there a long time, but our time is not their time. It's different. Anyway, so here's a picture of Emma, and she was 9 months pregnant, and somebody dropped her off at her boyfriend's house. And I think she had some other children. She was 24, and yeah, 10 of 24, so just over a year ago. I don't feel like she's with us anymore. I feel like she's moved on. I feel like there was a fight, and I don't know the I'm just doing from the information. That's all I have is I don't know about him. I don't know what they've investigated, or Gary's not a great, anybody that lives in Gary knows this. It's rough. It's rough there. Emma, fool. Well, she's at the starting point. She's moving on. And she's alone, but she's grateful for the life she had. She's feels um like she had an abundance of love, even though pentacles are about resources and actually money and the sun. So on the other side, she's happy. She's completely happy. She just, in this life, Emma, what was happening in this life where she was, I feel like she's pulled in a bunch of different directions. She was not happy. She embraced chaos. I feel like chaos was her normal. Drama seemed to follow her. That's the feeling I have. Um, so being with guys that are chaotic or aggressive was her quote unquote normal. I don't know what she came from or what her situation was, but now she's free. Um, she's in the light of God, and Emma. She was pregnant though, so baby died. And then we have the moon. And that part for her is the sadder part. Is the moon is mother, right? And love, and she has children too. I think she had previous kids, so that is the problem, or that is her sadness, I think, is those children. I believe she had children before. She was 24. I think she had 3 others. Yeah, that part bothers her. Um, her childhood or her life was very chaotic, and it's almost like she didn't feel suicidal, but she feels like she would did things to bring on trouble because, like I said, it was her normal. But it's almost like when you have so much bad things, you don't care what happens, kind of thing. Even though you want to live, but you don't want to live. It's like a subconscious driver to, yeah. But in this picture, I know this is Page of Air, but see how free she is there. She feels so free. And here's the sun. She wanted to leave. Isn't that weird to say that? King of Air. I have so much air. This person was the one that did it. This guy, um, narcissistic, um, just thought about himself. Was and he's is he older? Might be a little bit older. Um, which was hard headed comes to mind. Angry, um, evil that or oh, evil and in the way that he didn't care about another human. He's inhuman in that way. To they just had a big fight and she died. 8 of Fire. No, that's usually speed, and it happened fast. So things happen fast. Yeah. So it happened fast, and before you know it, she was gone. So I don't know where she is. I didn't look into that. I don't know much about that, but I just knew she was from Gary. So is Janaya. So they were both from Gary. So I wanted to look into that. All right. It's kind of a downer, but you guys, you know, let's send well wishes to all those missing children out there, people everywhere. There's so many missing people that have run away or have been taken away. Um, just spread the love of God to them, send it into their hearts, and to tell them that we love them, and wherever they are, they're never alone. That's the feeling I have. Is like a lot of them feel like they're always alone. Um, Now when they've passed, they're not, but those of those that have been missing or stolen or something or trafficked, um, they're never alone. Anyway, all right. That's it. You guys take care. We'll be packing up today, leaving tomorrow, I think. And I may jump on and do the Trump thing. I don't know if I'll have time today, but if not, I'll get it to you. You guys take care. Till next time.